The Tippmann Stryker 1 Elite Paintball Marker is a very high performance scenario milsim style paintball gun made by Tippmann. This is an electronic gun that will fire full auto, 3-round burst, single fire, and all ramping feed modes, and includes everything you need to shoot it except for the compressed air bottle. This is a compressed air only paintball gun, and you should never use CO2 on this gun as it will damage the delicate electronics inside. I say delicate because CO2 will blow them up, not because they break easy. But you want to be careful you only use compressed air on this. This has everything you need because it has your hopper included and built into the gun. An excellent barrel and lots of cool milsim features that already come on this. Starting at the tip of this gun, you have your Apex barrel system. Now you can replace this barrel with any other barrel you'd like, but the Apex is a pretty cool barrel, very similar to Tippmann's other barrel called a flatline barrel, where it puts backspin on the paintball. This gives you extra range, usually 40, 50 feet of extra range, and a little bit flatter trajectory. The Apex up here, of course, this looks like a giant silencer. It's not. Don't be fooled. There's no such thing as a paintball silencer, but it looks like it has its suppressor look on the tip. The Apex is turned on and off with a little lever right here that can engage it or disengage it or somewhere in the middle. So if you don't want to use the Apex, you can turn it off. The Apex will also rotate from side to side and all the way up and down, so you can do hook shots and various trick shots with it. Now in the center, you have your AR-15 style shroud right here. This goes up and over the barrel, and it has your rails, your Weaver Picatinny rails on all 4 sides. Now this marker comes with a folding grip on the front right here. You can see I got pretty big hands and my hands fit on it just fine. And you can pivot that and rotate that back in just like that. Now that is removable, so you could put other things underneath there, say a flashlight or a bipod or anything else you want to add to it underneath. Coming back here, of course, your compressed air bottle mounts right off of here. That's the traditional place to mount it. You could also set this up with a remote line and put that compressed air bottle in a pouch on your back or on your belt. Your gas line goes up here. It's got a steel braided heavy duty gas line. It goes right up here through the fake magazine where it has regulators and such in there. Now there's a 9-volt battery compartment in here, and that's what actually powers the electronic on this gun. If you're familiar with an older paintball gun called an Ion, the internals to this are very similar to that older Ion electronic tournament gun. It does have a brake beam eye that senses if your paintballs are not loading fast enough or if they're loading too fast and jamming up, and then it can change the rate of fire to adjust for that so that you're not breaking paintballs in the gun as you shoot it. Then right here we also have your 2 sights. These are raised sights, real helpful, especially when you're wearing goggles and you need to get your head back here behind the sight and actually be able to see. Those goggles often get in the way, but these are raised a little bit, so that helps. You can also flip these down and out of the way, or you could replace them with a red dot or anything else you wanted to put and mount up there on that top rail. Now switching all the way over to the back, we have your traditional AR-15, CAR-15 style collapsible stock built right into it right here. It is removable, but you wouldn't want to do that. The stock here, you can expand it to different lengths and lengths in the middle, just depending on how long your arms are and how big your body is. You can decide how long you want that to be. It has your sling mount on the back and a slot here for the wraparound slings, and a nice strong rough backside there that keeps it tight against your shoulder when you're shooting it. Let's skip ahead and go right to the hopper. Now you have a couple options with this marker. You can use the included feed neck, and it's a clamping feed neck, so it doesn't require tools. You just clamp this down on any traditional paintball hopper right here, and this goes right up here on the side of the gun. And then you have a very traditional type paintball gun with traditional paintball hopper, or you can build the or use the integrated rip clip. This is an electronic paintball gun powered by 9-volt battery. It agitates and keeps those paintballs spinning, but unlike most electronic hoppers, this one is feeding out the side. Now this comes with both your batteries and all the mounting parts for this. I'm not mounting it right now since I'm just sort of laying it on top, but it mounts using that rail, and it mounts right up here on the side, feeding sideways into the marker. I think I need to flip that out of the way a little bit, and I'm going to hold this right up here. I can do that successfully here. The clamp actually goes all the way around the top. Whoa! As I drop it on the table, there we go. Anyway, this mounts right up here on the top. I'll try to give you a couple different angles to look at this if I can. There it is from the front. Swing it around here. You have to pardon my maneuvering of this gun. Anyway, this mounts right here. This allows you room to put other things across the top, off the front, and still have a clear sight picture all the way across the front while using this hopper. This hopper will feed the gun as fast as it'll fire. Sometimes you might want to be using this at 15 balls a second. Most fields will limit you to about 10. They keep that rate of fire down a little bit so people don't waste all their paintballs, but you can fire it faster, and this hopper will keep up. You can take apart this hopper to clean it really easily. It's got a button right here, and the whole thing just comes apart. Now this is brand new, so it'll be a little stiff, and I'm not going to take it apart, but real good hopper. Aftermarket hoppers are going to be $50, $60, $150. They're a lot of money, but this is included with this gun. That's a great deal. Let's move on here. Of course, if anything were to go wrong with this gun has Tippmann's 1-year limited warranty. Just give Tippmann a call. They're going to take care of you. However, you also have this. This is all the seals and O-rings and all the tools you need to completely rebuild this gun a full time. If anything happens to it, you got your stuff right here. It even has extra hard parts. It's got nuts and screws and bolts, extra things just in case you lose them. You can keep going with it right here. This will keep you going. You have your instruction manual for the hopper and your instruction manual for the gun. Looks real thick. Don't get too intimidated. It's got your programming instructions, but it's got 3 different languages. It has English, French, and Spanish. So you're covered, whatever language you want to learn how to operate this in. And of course, it has a picture of all the other guns in the Stryker paintball line. This is the most advanced one. This is the Elite that you see down there at the bottom right there. So once again, this is Tippmann Stryker AR1 Elite electronic scenario style paintball marker.